Alright, let's forget the Hawkins town tour for a second. Today, we're putting the entire Stranger Things saga on the operating table. We are going to decode its hidden blueprint, and I mean everything. We'll reveal how every single monster, every fight, and every mystery is all part of one single terrifying design. You know, it all really starts here, with this one line from the saga's ultimate villain, Henry Creel. This is the thread you've got to pull to unravel the whole thing. Why? Because the battle for Hawkins was never just one war against monsters from another dimension. Nope, it's always been two wars, being fought at the exact same time. And here it is, the core idea of this entire explainer. You have these two wars, the internal one against personal trauma, and the external one against the Upside Down. And they are not separate things, not at all. They are a dark mirror of each other, and you really can't understand one without seeing its reflection in the other. Okay, so let's dive right into this. We're gonna start with that first front, the war fought inside the minds of our heroes. Because in this fight, the real monster isn't some demogorgon, it's trauma itself, but given a voice and a body. Some sources actually call Vecna a trauma canaveri, which translates to a trauma monster, and that is exactly what he is. You see, unlike the beasts that came before him, Vecna is a conscious predator of the psyche. He is the perfect embodiment of what psychologists call the shadow, all the darkness, all the secrets his victims have repressed, weaponized and turned right back against them. Now, what's so fascinating here is just how clinical Vecna is about all this. He literally profiles his victims based on their trauma. He looks for headaches, nightmares, deep-seated guilt. He basically functions as a supernatural allegory for something like severe depression or PTSD, isolating his targets mentally long before he ever lays a hand on them. And honestly, the most brilliant illustration of this whole internal war has to be Max Mayfield's fight for her life. This scene isn't just iconic, it's a perfect depiction of applied music therapy. It shows us exactly how you win a war against this kind of enemy. So that song, Running Up That Hill, it isn't just magic. It's what you could call a neurological anchor. That music literally stimulates the parts of Max's brain that store deep emotions and positive memories. So while Vecna is trapping her in the pain of Billy's death, the song acts as a lifeline, pulling her back to the love she has for her friends. It proves that positive memories and human connection will bear the most potent weapons against the dark. And this internal journey, it isn't just for the kids. I mean, look at Jim Hopper. He undergoes this classic mythological descent, what the ancient Greeks called katabasis. After his really toxic behavior in season 3, he's literally sent to his own personal hell in a Russian prison. And it's only there that he finally confronts his deepest guilt and purges this awful belief that he's a curse. That's what allows him to be reborn as the father that Eleven truly needs. So let's switch gears and move to the external war and see how this all builds. Because the Upside Down isn't just some random monster dimension. It's a place with its own terrifying, very specific physics, built on one single frozen moment in time. Okay, so here's the crucial point, and this detail changes everything. The dimension that Henry Creel was banished to is not the Upside Down that we all know. One is this place called Dimension X, an ancient, chaotic reality. The other is something else entirely. It's like a dark, twisted photograph of our world. This is the snapshot theory. The Upside Down was created in an instant, on November 6, 1983, the exact second that Eleven made psychic contact with the Demogorgon. That moment acted like a psychic flashbulb, creating a perfect, decaying copy of Hawkins. That's why Nancy's diary is still open to that day. The world isn't just stuck, it's a photocopy of a single moment. So how do these two wars, the inner world of trauma and the outer world that's frozen in time, how do they finally connect? Well, the answer lies with the architect himself, the man who fused his own psychological wounds with the physics of an alien dimension. Think about it. When Eleven banished Henry Creel, he didn't just land in Dimension X, he found its raw material, what some sources call shadow particles, and using his own consciousness, his nihilism, his rage, his weird obsession with Black Widow spiders, he shaped that chaos. He gave it form. The entire cosmology of the Upside Down is a direct projection of one man's personal trauma. His mind is the blueprint. And this slide right here brilliantly illustrates the new power structure. For years, we all thought the Mind Flayer was the big boss, right? It's not. Vecna isn't its general, he is its creator. The Mind Flayer is the muscle, the cosmic weapon, but Vecna, Vecna is the strategic mind, the conscious will giving the entire hive its malevolent purpose. He literally imposed his broken sense of order onto pure chaos. So this brings us to the ultimate conflict. Because if the upside down is the architecture of one man's pain, then the war against it has to be fought on the same terms. It's a collision between two opposing yet perfectly mirrored sources of psychic power. Vecna's power is literally drawn from suffering. It's that simple. He makes his victims relive their deepest regrets and sorrows because that pain is the actual fuel he uses to tear open gates between worlds. And then, on the complete flip side, you've got Eleven. The show is so explicit about this. Her power peaks not when she's angry, but when she channels a happy, powerful memory. It was the memory of her mother's love that defeated Henry the first time. It's Mike's loving confession that lets her fight Vecna in the finale. Connection, that's her fuel. So the crucial point is this. Every single fight in Stranger Things is just a small version of this one huge conflict. Whether it's Max using a song about friendship to escape the mind layer, or Eleven using a memory of love to push back a monster, the entire saga is a war between the power of isolation and the power of connection. That's it. And all of this leaves us with one final haunting question. The Upside Down isn't just a place, it's a psychic scar made real. And if that's true, can you really kill a nightmare with fire and guns? Or does defeating the monster for good mean you have to confront the broken little boy who dreamed it all into existence in the first place?